Welcome back once more, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our fourth game of the night coming up here. Game number 2 between DK and Titan in this best of 2 series. It's getting late. We're running behind schedule, but we've seen some pretty epic Dota tonight. I'm Zyori, joined once again by Fogged. This will actually be Fogg's last game for tonight, which makes me a little bit sad, but I understand, my friend. That last game was a taxing 85 minutes.
Really was. And it's not getting late, man. It's getting quite early.
It's getting quite early, yeah. 5 a.m. here, 8 a.m. On the East Coast.
Breakfast time.
Jesus. It sure is. I'm actually getting a little bit hungry, Fog. Thanks for reminding me, man.
Dude, me too, man. I've been hungry. I was eating hummus like an hour ago. What a disaster. 7 a.m. hummus.
What a disaster.
And we do see DK go for the same bans, sorta. They do ban out that Furon because they know Titan just... I'm saying it ahead of time again, aren't I? Or do they see the bans now at this point?
No, the bans are fair game. Go at it, man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, DK does ban out this Furon, which Titan does love a lot, and Titan does just decide, of course we're going to ban on the Lycan, and we don't want to see DK playing with this IO because they are just really powerful with it. But this time, we will not be seeing an Invoker in the game.
Yep. Absolutely. And it will be a first pick Centaur. So, all right, he's living up to his Eastern reputation. First pick, first ban every single game. And, well, this game will be no different.
No shocker there.
Yeah, no big shocker. Yeah, how do you feel about Centaur, Fog? Do you think he's a little overrated, underrated, or appropriately rated?
I think he's pretty appropriately rated. I mean, some teams like him a lot, and other teams, you don't really see him do it as often. So, I mean, I think the hero is just very, very strong. Like, I mean, he has an 8-second 400 damage nuke, which does hurt him, but it is an AoE nuke as well. It's not massive, but if you get 2 people with a Centaur Stomp, and if they're in range of the double edge, of course, you can get a lot of damage, a lot of burst just from that, and it's a long duration of stun. And not only that, that hero has 2 ways of stopping people from if they're TPing. Not only just the hoof stomp, he also has a double edge because it does do that mini stun. And then on top of all of that too, the Stampede overall is just really good just for setting up ganks or saving people's life when they're getting dove.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good. He's one of those heroes that was just really heavily buffed by the Blink Dagger change, now not costing any mana. Centaur is a hero with some mana issues, and now that Blink is a freebie in terms of mana, that's all the better for Mr. Centaur there.
Yeah, and that's really what made him, I guess, come back so strong into the metagame.
Yeah. He's shining like a shiny something. I can't think of analogies, man. My brain's turning into Jello. I was gonna say a shiny new hammer, but that's like the lamest shiny thing I can think of.
Sick.
Titan will be going for the fire strat here. Once again, this is how we saw one of the teams open last game, but it was it Titan that had the Bat Rider Ember? Yeah, it was. It was KYXY. So same exact opener for Titan here.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up doing pretty well with it, even though they had a rough start. They ended up making that game go on for an eternity. So these 2 heroes are just very strong together. I mean, we saw how it was working last game, and DK looks like they're gonna be going for different things. I'm pretty sure you should be able to see that next pick coming out, and I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, it's a Shadow Shaman, Rasta Pasta on the field.
Rasta Pasta, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
I have never heard that one, dude.
You never heard anyone say Rasta Pasta?
I know, man.
Merlini said it to me the other day.
Oh, God, that's where you got it from. Condolences.
I don't know. Just one of those little vernaculars that runs right off the tongue. But
oh, well.
Pretty solid picks to start things off here. The Shadow Shaman. He's good. Good support.
Gives a lot of push. I mean, he can also, of course, we've seen him put in the solo mid-roll a good amount of times, so he does benefit a lot from that solo experience. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I'm just in the mood to see a good old-fashioned push strat after that last game. Maybe DK will make us proud here and grab some pushing heroes to synergize with his Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Shadow Shaman alone is a massive amount of push, but of course, if they do pick up some other ones, it would be nice to have a game end quite quickly after that 88-minute, whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, 80, 84, 85.
Yeah. I could do another 85-minute game. Oh, God.
You could or you couldn't?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I could, but it would be lackluster, I think. Already scrolling through the threads, just like, oh man, that Iora guy needs to hype it up. I don't know how you hype up an 85-minute game for the like 60 minutes in the middle where nobody's doing anything. It's
Well,
just,
they were getting a couple picks like, in some places and stuff, but
yeah,
overall the game was just really even. So there's not
yeah,
really too much to say at that point besides just like item progression and depending on who gets the jump off and little pickoffs and or little small mechanic things that happen in team fights,
yeah. That's
which is really hard to notice, of course.
yeah. So, alright. Bans coming out here. Looks like Nyx Assassin will be banned out by Titan. DK will take out the Slark. And both these teams will actually kind of take their time here with these third and fourth bans. DK will finally opt to fourth ban the Outworld Devourer, which is a little bit interesting, but we did see Yamate playing OD 2 days ago, and the day before that, he's mixed in a little OD play here and there. So if DK are gearing up for an int mid pick, definitely a worthy ban, even though that hero has pretty much completely fallen off.
Yeah, that could also be leading to the fact that they want to put this Shadow Shaman mid so they don't have to verse it versus an OD maybe, but of course they do love that on support as well. And MMY plays a pretty beastly Rasta for sure.
Yes, he certainly does. I haven't seen a Rasta mid in a little while. That's something
Yeah, I
that
haven't really seen it too much either. I think the last people I saw playing it was C9, I think I want to say. But
okay.
I don't know if I've really seen it too much in the Asian scene. I mean, like I was saying in the earlier games, I haven't really seen that much of Chinese Dota recently. So
Yeah, I've only gotten a small taste recently. Boy, this draft is going by slow. Both teams being very cautious here.
yeah,
I,
for sure. I mean, after such a long game, they both played really well, and DK with their standings is looking pretty strong. And
yeah.
Titan does pick up this clinks,
Right now, Net is just sitting there. He's looking. He's thinking, "Pick me, Sand King. God damn it! I don't want to play Lion again."
and I just spoiled.
Yep, he did, but that's okay. Titan grabbed Clinks with their third choice, and well, we know what their cores are going to be. Two supports left, and I imagine Titan will be thinking about a Sand King. All jokes aside.
A little bit strange to see Titan decide to just pick up their three cores right off the bat and not pick up any support. So now their lanes are, I mean, pretty obvious at this point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Probably the Ember mid once again, the off lane Bat Rider, then the safe lane Clinks. Should be pretty obvious. But they could switch it up. We have seen them do Bat Rider mid, safe lane Ember Spirit, and then they could off lane the Clinks. So, regardless, you know who their three core heroes are going to be. And it's just a matter of the supports.
Yeah. Now they're gonna start getting into their bonus time pretty soon.
Drafting play-by-play by Fogged.
No,
Bonus
I mean,
time now broken into.
whatever, man. I can't say anything because I'm not watching the Chinese team, so I don't want to ruin anything. But
Yeah, it feels like their stream is getting more and more delayed here. Some more interesting picks, and well, DK will grab the Ancient Apparition with their third hero choice, and the Ancient Apparition Shadow Shaman duo. It's just so popular these days. We see this more common than not, or more often than not, rather, and just for good reason.
it's a
Two
lot of
supports.
lockdown. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
It has the push that you need. So I
has
mean,
the turtle
overall,
as
yeah,
well.
and it also this still kind of hides a bit of DK's lanes because it still could be that mid Rasta or it could be that support Rasta.
Yeah,
Probably the support one, but still.
yeah, and those two supports give you a lot of Roche control. You got the AA ultimate for obvious Roche reasons, and the wards, even on the Radiant side, they're a little bit better on the Dire, but even when you're Radiant, you can sneak into Roche and drop them and take them down pretty quickly. So, not surprised to see those two supports snagged up. Titan grab Rubik is their first support and their fourth pick here. But DK, a quick response. They know what they want to do this game, Fog, and that is some more Faceless Void action.
Yeah, and we saw Void just how strong that hero can really be.
Yep. That
If he
no
can just
face
jump in,
bastard.
he can just really kill people so quickly if he can get enough farm early on.
Hmm.
And that hero, yeah, he just scales so well into the late game.
And he synergizes just well with the Ancient Apparition. Chronosphere lasts long enough that it's pretty easy to line up an AA Ultimate. And of course, Rost Awards do pretty well. And we'll see what they do with their final pick. DK will be looking for a mid hero. And Titan will ban out the Queen of Pain. Okay, whoops, now I'm spoiling things. But We saw a Void earlier today, and it was a Midas into Battle Fury kind of Void. What's your take on that build? Is that worthwhile? Is that too heavy on the economic investment?
I think it's a bit heavy on it unless you can just get away with it. If you have people who are already making space all over the place, if you have four heroes just running around making the space which you need, you can get away with going that Midas Battle Fury and just really free farming away.
Mhm.
It all depends on how you really want to incorporate the Void. If he needs to just get into the lineup to just help you out, and he needs to rush out like a early Mask of Madness into, I don't know, I've seen like a ton of different types of builds, like Mask of Madness into Maelstrom or Mask of Madness straight into BKB, or
Right.
it really all depends on the scenario of how your team's put in the position of, do you need that Void to get out of that position of just AFK farming, or can he just, get away with it and the rest of your players making so much space for him?
Mhm. Well, final bans and picks are coming out here pretty quickly. We'll wait just a moment for stream to update, but interesting. Faceless Void. Is he making a resurgence here? Is this the comeback of the Void?
We've been seeing him a little bit more often as of late, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a strong hero if it's just going to be a game that's going to be a farm war.
Yeah. Well, that is a Sand King final pick for Titan, so Net will fish his wish. He'll get his signature hero, and DK will finish things off with a Viper pick. So once again, we'll get to see Viper here, and we'll see how he fares.
Yeah, and he had a little bit of a weird start that last game. He decided to rush out that Orchid, which, I mean, ended up working out not too bad. And, we do actually see DK go for a level 1 Smoke Gank.
We sure do, now that I switch over to the in-game.
It looks like they're going to actually go ward the jungle, so they don't want this Sand King to get stacks up early to get that early blink, which we keep seeing them do.
Yeah.
And maybe they might actually find somebody and go for a kill.
This could end up being a pretty interesting level 1. Now, the next question is, who has the better level 1 team? And
I'd say probably DK, just because of that AA. And they have AA, they have the Viper Slow, and yeah, they have a lot of follow-up for that. And meanwhile, Titan just has a Clink. They have a Clinks. And Clinks isn't really the best level 1 hero for the most part.
yeah. They will put a sentry down at the big camp, and that's it. DK aren't going to go too crazy blocking these camps. We'll just make it a little bit more difficult for the Sand King. And, well, that is a pretty big one, because there are only 2 hard camps, and the one over here, a little bit less safe. You're closer to the lane, and you will probably get scouted out. It's a smart choice to go ahead and block it, but it will only slow him down so much. Just one sentry ward that's down.
Look at those pretty Void items.
Those what?
The nice cosmetics by the Void.
Oh, yeah. Pretty boy items. Oh, wow.
Hey, it looks pretty cool.
I don't know if I've ever seen this Void set. What is this? What is this claw? Viridius Claw. It gives him 3 fingers. That's a pretty awesome cosmetic. I actually kind of like this.
Yeah, I told you.
This is badass. This makes me want to play some Void. The head wraps of the Acolyte of class.
We do see the game getting underway.
Yeah. Let's introduce these rosters here. We've got DK on the Radiant side, and they've got a couple of stand-ins. MMY will be playing on the support Shadow Shaman. Burning will be on the position 1 Faceless Void, and already Ohio, he's in a little bit of trouble. Shackles will come out. Ancient Apparition throwing those right clicks. That will be enough for a first blood. And JDH on the Ancient Apparition will be the one to grab that bonus gold. He's the first stand-in for DK, and off to one hell of a start. In the mid lane, it will be ZY playing on the Viper, and we've got ZRD in this offlane Centaur with another set of badass cosmetics. Looks like Iron Man reincarnated in the body of a Centaur.
Yeah, and that was a bit strange by Ohio there. I mean, he used his Firefly. It looked like he wanted to cut down the trees, and then he just walked all the way up to the creep wave and just let the Rasta walk through and just shackle him. And yeah, they have a lot of damage in that tri-lane with the shackles and with the AA buff.
Yep, and Ohio could potentially be in a little bit of trouble once again here. We'll just Firefly around, Rasta not in a position to get off any shackles, but Ancient Apparition nearby to throw a couple of right-click harassments. Now, let's introduce our dire side. We've got Team Titan from SCA. Ohio going to be on the off-lane Bat Rider. In the mid lane, it will be KYXY on the Ember Spirit once again. Extinct playing on the Rubik up here in the top lane. Net will be on his signature Sand King in the top lane. And all of that supporting Yamate, tagged up as NWP on the Bone Fletcher Clinks.
Yeah, and I'm just interested to see how this matchup mid is going to really end up going, because I haven't really seen a Viper versus an Ember Spirit, but I'm assuming this Viper is going to be able to dominate him just because Viper is very good versus melee heroes, and he's putting so much pressure on KYXY.
Yeah, he'll get completely zoned out here. KYXY going for that Flame Guard build once again. Level 3, 102. And yeah, ZY off to a good start here. He is 8-6 against the 5-1 Ember. So your predictions are coming true, Fogged.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, whenever he uses Flame Guard as well, it's going to proc the Corrosive Skin if the Viper is anywhere near, so it's going to slow him even more.
Yep. Oh, Bat Rider almost got War Stomped there actually by that Centaur. And that could have been bad news, but he will get a small stroke of luck and more lane control going the way of DK. Burning our last hit leader. He is farming away on this Faceless Void.
Yeah, thankfully he did not get that first blood, so there's at least that going for Titan, that the AA ended up getting that first blood.
Yes, that is good news from the Titan perspective. Do you like one of these drafts better than the other?
I mean, I think that DK's is just more well-rounded, and Titans is just a bit... I just look at it as a bit, I guess, greedy. They don't really have... If they win a team fight, they don't really have anything to just be able to go and push down a tower. They do have, I mean, I guess Clinks, he's pretty decent at hitting towers down, but DK overall, I mean, if they win a team fight, Rasta goes and he can drop wards if he still has them and they just blow that up. And overall, I mean, the initiators on Titan are probably the only reason that they are a little bit ahead of DK. And, oh, he just misses the shackle there on the Viper. He would have died for sure with the rotation from the two supports coming from Titan.
That's really unfortunate. That's just one of those bolo whiffs that... Oh, boy, that's actually a pretty costly whiff right there. That was a smoke from Extinct in net, and they wasted a good bit of time just standing around waiting for that gank to become inbound. And now KYXY, he'll get harassed back. Bolas will connect onto ZY, but now this Viper just chipping away at him. Flame Guard not going to save you against the Viper.
No, not at all.
No, Viper will make it back.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I mean, the Titan lineup does have a couple things for pickoff, but overall, I feel like DK's lineup is just much stronger. Now, Ohio's getting gone on bottom. He actually gets grabbed by those shackles, and he's going to go down very quickly. Yeah,
that's a long-range shackle right there, and they will add another one to the scoreboard. Shadow Shaman grabs that kill. Meanwhile, in the mid, ZY, this time the bolas connect. There's a telekinesis back. Burrow Strike on the mark, and Titan, they'll get a kill on the board here as they pick off that Viper in the mid.
Yeah, decent kill. They definitely needed that after the Bat Rider starting to dive bottom a little bit too much, I would say. And that Void is going to be picking up his Midas any minute now, so it's going to be the same time as that last time when he gets about a 530 Midas.
And they might go on this Bat Rider once again. They're thinking about it. They want it. MMY. He couldn't get in range for the shackles, but probably would have been another kill coming out.
And right now also, I mean, the reason I'm also giving this draft a bit to DK is also that the Centaur doesn't really feel too pressured in this offlane, and he knows this Rubik and Sanking are just moving around so much that he's getting a lot of experience up there, and he's got boots up. Of course, he doesn't have, I mean, he's not getting a ton of farm, he only has 2 CS, but he's getting a bit more experience in this Bat Rider, and the Bat Rider has already died twice.
Yeah, that is a pretty large disparity. The experience is pretty close. The Bat Rider's about half a level behind, but yeah, those 2 deaths definitely make a big difference. And Burning, although now behind by 4 CS, he is still doing well, just about on point with net worth compared to that Clinks. Now that the Hand of Midas is out, we should expect to see him kind of jump ahead. Yamate appears to be just going for a fast Orchid. Quarterstaff out already with the Ring of Basilius and Brown Boots, so no Midas coming out on the Clinks. Although it looks like Titan could be gearing up for a gank in the mid lane. No, they'll camp out the top rune. It does spawn bottom. Ohio picks it up in invisibility. And that'll be it. He'll just head back to lane.
Yeah, at least he'll be able to he'll just be able to leech a lot of experience in the lane now with that invis. But that tower is already going to go down for DK.
Yeah.
And that's very early tower again. Oh, and he goes for the deny. And we do see, wow, Viper actually does net a solo kill on that Ember Spirit.
You know, I had just glanced at that lane and it looked pretty even. And I looked to see that tower fall and he just died. So Viper used his ultimate and just dropped him.
Yeah, a bit surprising, but I mean, if you get hit by that ultimate and you're getting hit by the slows at all by the Viper, you can't really jump to your Fire Remnant that well because you're just super slow, and we've seen what happens if you're slowed when you shoot that Fire Remnant out. It goes as slow as you are.
Yeah. It's true. Viper, a good hero to deal with the Ember Spirit in the laning phase. And just glancing at raw CS, I'm still surprised that KYXY has done so well in last hits. He's only 5 behind the Viper, and that includes the time that he was just sitting in the well.
Yeah,
So,
well, I mean, the gank that they got on that Viper let him catch up a little bit. So
yeah, that's
he was having a very rough time until that point.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, Void, letting that Midas kick in. Tower gold helping out. It's a little bit unfortunate that Ancient Apparition was the one that got that last hit on the tower, but now he'll have a little bit more gold to play around with. Ohio has his Tranquils up on the Bat Rider. And just pulling towards that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like Burning's actually going to go for that Battle Fury build as well. He has a Ring of Health.
All right, so the super farming Void.
Yep. And this Centaur is now starting to pick up a good amount of money too, just from sitting in that offlane. He hasn't really gotten much CS, but just sitting there and not dying, he has 800 gold on him as well as his boots.
Yeah, he'll probably have
Now we
Tranquils.
see mid, he gets a Bolas on the Viper, but nothing else.
Yep.
I like how we're just saying, you got me saying Bolas now when I've been saying Searing Chains.
Bolas. Oh yeah, that's another one of those Merlini-isms.
And yeah, we see Net just doing what Sand King does. He's stacking up the big camp, stacking up Kanks anywhere he can, and just doing the Sandstorm thing. And yes, we do see the level 3 Sandstorm instead of the level 3 Stun again.
Yep. Oh man. Pretty slow early game here. Not surprised to see DK being a little bit more passive. Even though they do have the hero kill advantage. Just gonna let this Void farm up. He's now got his boots and he'll just be racking up the last hit. Shadow Shaman, he's off to a pretty good start. He has himself some arcane boots that he picked up nice and early here.
Yeah, the AA also has a lot of farm. He's got his brown boots. He's got 900 gold on him now.
Yeah.
They bought the new wards for after the 7-minute mark. So the supports on DK are getting pretty rich, and it looks like Burning's just gonna move to the jungle, use his Midas, farm that, and let his Rasta get the 6 in the lane. And they're smoked behind that top tower there, but it looks like Centaur knows something's up.
Yeah.
But he's gonna run into them anyway, and he's gonna go down for sure here.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. Burrow's starting to start it off, uses the Stampede, but Telekinesis will be there, and Clinks will finish him off. Rotation coming in from the Viper. Extinct, he's completely locked in the trees, nowhere to go. Viper secures that kill. Now Burning joining the battle. He'll throw out the Chronosphere. This Sand King in big doo-doo. Speaking of doo-doo, he'll use the Sandstorm. Do they have detection? No, they've got nothing. So
I'm actually surprised the Viper is not just standing on him to give him the corrosive, because it'll kill him.
Yeah. Viper, where are you going?
And Burning's dying.
What's happening here? He doesn't have enough mana to time walk out. They'll have to cut him out of the trees.
That was so close.
There's a sentry coming down, and now they should be able to get this kill onto Net. Yep, there we go. Viper will finish him off with the poison. That was weird. Burning, stuck in the trees, dying to the Sandstorm, and then Viper not getting the corrosive skin. That was just not the way I thought that would unfold.
Doo-doo was doing work right there, man.
Yeah, seriously.
It was close. It was risky. But now this Klink's got a little bit of space during all that, at least. And he's going to be having his Orchid very soon. 75 CS up on the Klinks. So he hasn't really missed almost anything.
Yeah, and now that he's going to rotate down bottom, he'll continue to free farm. Very close to that Orchid. Has those Oblivion stats.
He has it.
Oh, yeah.
If he wants to buy. But no, he ends up buying the TP, and he's going to pick it up in a bit.
Yep. So he's pretty darn close to this Orchid, though. Great timing, and now that'll give him some more mobility. Once that item is actually complete, he can move around and start ganking some of these lanes. Viper will be going for a mech first, has Headdress and Buckler, and about 350 gold. So a little less than halfway to that recipe. And, yep, just farming away. Early gold edge is going the way of DK, about 2,000 or so in their favor, and actually about a 1,500 experience edge as well. Some of that is the Hand of Midas kicking in, the hero kill advantage, and that one tower. So DK are just doing well across the board. Centaur, 1,100 gold, pulling up for that Blink Dagger. How's the old Bat Rider doing? Well, not so well. He spent most of his time stacking up here, but Sand King, he's going to have a dance party here in the jungle as well. So Bat Rider won't have a lot of stacks to fall back on, and that will really harbor the timing of his Blink Dagger. We're already 11.5 minutes in, and he only has 750 gold in the bank.
And they're both farming the woods, so, I mean, the Bat Rider doesn't really have anywhere to just recover and be able to get that. And we do see Rasta wards dropped in a bit of an odd of a position.
Yeah, no follow-up, and this will just be some extra gold going the way of Bat Rider and Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and which is much needed. And we do see Klink setting up behind the Centaur, and this Centaur is going to go down with this Orchid.
Yep, Orchid online already. The Soul Burn won't be enough to finish him off. They'll just try and pour it out here. Telekinesis. That was, well, unfortunate for the Centaur.
Yeah, and he was actually doing really well. He had 1,000 gold, but now he actually buys his Tranquil Boot items and a TP, so he's only at 300 now, and he's basically behind that Bat Rider now.
Yeah. Yeah, not basically, he is. Not by much, only about 100 gold or so, but yeah. And oh, wow, we'll see a kill down bottom. They'll dive onto that Bat Rider, and Ancient Apparition makes it an easy kill with the Chilling Touch. Burning even uses the Chronosphere, caught the very tail end of it. But it looks like this will transition into a Tier 2 tower push. Titan do have a Glyph available. They'll opt to burn it. And it may just be a Tier 1 tower up top for a Tier 2 tower down bottom. Sand King will pour it in, but he gets hexed straight away into Shackles. And net, it'll just end up being a feed. Easy kill coming out for DK. Now more support coming in. Yamate trying to finish off the Ancient Apparition. Telekinesis will secure that kill, but MMY as well as Burning will port back to safety. Tower does survive, though.
Yep, they did do a good job of defending it. They used their Glyph, and they ported in properly. I mean, net... little bit of an aggressive port there, and he's now even his blink is pushed back even more. And he did opt for that. He has level 4 Burrow Strike, level 3 Sandstorm, and no levels in Ultimate at level 7 at this point.
Yep. We've seen this build a time or two, but just an unfortunate way to defend that. If they were all going to port in, they needed to do it together, or Sand King needed to be just a little more patient. That Shadow Shaman was just ready and waiting with the Hex.
On mid lane, might get engaged on right now. There's an AA ult flying in. KYXY is playing a little bit aggressive right now, but he does have a Remnant to zoom back on. But Burning jumps in.
Yeah, no Chronosphere. KYXY watching that Fire Remnant just waddle away.
So slow.
The animation it makes is pretty funny, too.
Oh, and they've got a sentry down, so this Clinks needs to be careful if he wants to come in from behind.
They've got 2 sentries down. They are ready for this Clinks. They have 3 sentries down here. They're
know.
More than ready.
They have their mech complete on their Viper too, and they do drop the wards now, so I don't really know how Titan's going to be able to get that well of an engagement without either of their Blink Daggers yet at this point, but maybe if the Clinks can just get something sneaky off, but they have sentries all over the place ready for him, and MMY is definitely ready, and they're pinging him out already. They saw him, and the tower goes down with no trouble.
Yeah, well done by DK. They just had their bases completely covered. They did not give Clinks an easy opening, put the wards down, popped the mech as soon as the wards came out, and there's really nothing Titan could do right there. If they had a blink on the Bat Rider or the Sand King, or even both, maybe they could have made a hold, but there was just no easy way to initiate that. And made the right choice just to sack the tower. Centaur is farming away down here in the safe lane, has about 1,600 in savings. Yamate nearby. He is skeleton walked up, looking for an opening, and there you go. Centaur gets engaged upon. The time walk stolen by Extinct.
Oh,
but
the mech.
comes the Viper. Mech is used, and Stampede forward. They don't have the detection, though. Clinks will survive. Extinct, he'll be able to port out to safety as well.
And now they also netted that top tower in the meantime, and net gets his blink as well. I said netted and then I said net. Awesome.
Yeah, secures the Blink Dagger for the Sand King, though, and Bat Rider, he's got to be pretty darn close. Yeah, he's just about 15 gold away. That will be triple Blink Daggers coming out, as Shadow Shaman on the Radiant side has picked one up as well. So Blink Daggers all around here, Fogged.
That's a really, really, really early Blink Dagger for a support Rasta.
Yeah. Those early towers. He got the tower kill on that one in the mid lane, so I got a little bit of bonus gold there for that one.
Yeah, of course Sand King has his blink as well, but the Rasta doesn't just have the blink. He has the Arcane Boots as well as the Magic Stick, while the Sand King just has Brown Boots and that straight blink.
Yeah, and he does have the Sandstorm now at level 8. Yamate is wind-walked on the high ground here in the Radiant jungle. Looks like he will make a rotation coming into the mid.
The AA's got more sentries on him too, and they still have one of those sentries down on the side.
Yeah, unfortunately it's on the other side here, and oh, there's a 3-man smoke.
And they didn't get to see it?
I think they scouted it. Yeah, Clinks was nearby, but just not close enough. And they'll rotate towards top. They won't bump into any heroes. All 5 of Titan are grouped up about this bottom tier 1. But if it becomes a tower race, I think DK will have the advantage here. Rasta wards are online, and they should be able to drop that tower pretty quickly.
Yep, and they do end up using those. And Burning's getting pretty close to his Battle Fury. Centaur has 1,700 gold on him, and with this tower going down, he's going to be about 200 gold away from his Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
I know, they look like they're trying to engage.
Wow, they'll actually go ahead and defend this. Void hops forward. There's the Chronosphere. It will connect on just the Rubik, but they will have more than enough damage to finish him off. KYXY hops in, does connect with Bolas on a few. Titan, Ohio, he does use the lasso. Shadow Shaman falls. It isn't 1-for-1 for support so far. Viper taking pretty heavy damage. He's already popped the mech. Firefly down, sort of separating this fight. DK will retreat towards their tower. Flamebreak coming in, almost finishing off the Viper, but he'll survive with a few hit points to spare. A couple of wand charges will pick him back up.
That blinks in to try to kill him with auto attacks. That was...
Wow, that was a bit overzealous.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Viper who has his maxed in his passive. I mean, I guess he doesn't really know the max passive, but...
Still.
Bit of a crazy blink in to chase in like that. Now Centaur does finish up his blink dagger, so that's going to be really, really nice and really needed for the DK lineup. And let's see if this Clinks can pick off anything, but no. DK is very smart. They put their courier all the way in the trees. They don't want that Clinks to have any opportunity of trying to snipe it down.
Yep. Nice heads-up play indeed. It looks like Yamate was moving in for the courier. Maybe he can grab a recovery kill here, but there just aren't any weak heroes nearby. The Shadow Shaman may be his best bet. Still not the easiest of kills. Plenty of support inbound. And he needs to be careful. There is a Radiant Sentry. They'll smoke. Again, Clinks nearby, but just doesn't catch wind of it. They will press forward. We'll see what
Clinks
they can
picks
set
up an Ogre Axe now as well.
Who did?
The Clinks picked up an Ogre Axe, so it looks like he's going to be obviously going for that BKB next, which is definitely much needed versus a Rasta with all that disabled that they have on that lineup as well.
And with that Blink Dagger now...
Oh, and MMY catches Ohio! That was such a beautiful blink forward.
Yep, and so I was going to say the Centaur Blink will be showed off here, but no, it's that Shadow Shaman. They'll grab
He took
that
the initiative
free kill.
there. He sees the Bat Rider setting up the Firefly to try to stop the push, and he's like, ain't happening.
Yep, and now they'll just be able to grab a tier 2 tower kill. DK looking on point this game, and they have got a pretty sizable advantage. It's about 5,000 gold, 1,500 experience here at the 18-minute mark, 10 to 5.
And the Battle Fury is coming up.
There you go. That's on the courier right now. Burning already #1 on net worth and hasn't even completed his farming tools. So that is definitely good news. Clinks had really good early farm, but he's slowing down a little bit. Viper is nipping at his heels. And he has just not been as successful with these roams as he would have liked. He is 3-0-0, but in the grand scheme of things, he's put way more resources into roaming around than he's gotten in kills. As I say that, he will get a kill on the Shadow Shaman. But
he's going to get picked off for it here.
Yeah, at what cost? Chronosphere comes out.
Oh, will he actually?
Viper connects with the Viper Strike. There you go. And they will secure that one.
And that's not worth it at all for the Clinks now. He gives a dominating streak to that Void who just picked up his Battle Fury, so Burning's going to be extremely farmed now. They just got a ton of experience from killing a Clinks, and the Clinks only killed a support Rasta there, and he's the hard carry on Titan right now. I mean, KYXY is, of course, an Ember Spirit, but his farm is really, really lacking this game. He's only at 5,600 net worth, where that Viper has almost a 2,000 lead on him because of all the towers that they've been able to take down.
Yeah, and Ember Spirit, I mean, he is a hard carry, but a much different style. He's not that man mode frontliner, kind of like a Void is. So they need that Clinks there for all the secondary damage. And, really Titan, they just don't have a great frontliner like that big tanky Centaur equivalent here. I guess Sand King is their closest thing to a frontliner, and
yeah, it's basically they have to get a nice Bat Rider lasso into a nice follow-up from the Sand King, and then they just have to not let this Void really get his chrono off, because if he gets his chrono off, he's gonna kill one or two people.
Yeah. KYXY up top does connect with a Searing Chain Sleight of Fist combo on the Centaur, but no follow-up comes. Blink forward from MMY, just nukes down the creeps, and NWP, he walks into detection, and now he's in big trouble. I think he'll die here. Burrow Strike across, will secure the kill on the Shadow Shaman. Now they're going to turn onto the Rubik Extinct. He does spell steal the Viper Strike, but he doesn't even get to use it, just gets picked off. And that will be a 2-for-1 exchange here in the mid lane.
He actually got it off on Burning, but Burning, I think, backtracked the entire, all 5 ticks of it, or most of the ticks of it.
Yeah, there is a gem out on Viper, so that will make the life of Clinks a bit more difficult here.
Yeah, that's for sure. And he's about to have his Ag Scepter. Actually, does have his Ag Scepter now up on that Viper when he decides to bring it out.
Yeah, there you go. He'll pick it up right now. I think the Courier grabbed the point booster. Yep, sure did.
And this game is starting to look, man, pretty one-sided at this point already, because DK is just forcing down these towers, and they still have the Rasta wards up.
Yeah, this is one of these games where the team that's ahead in the early game also has the late game advantage. So the fact that Void is already #1 on net worth, and there's nothing slowing him down, I think DK are probably going to be able to run away with this one.
Really nice ward there by Titan there bottom, spotting out Burning porting in, because that Ember Spirit was farming there and AO was flying there to set up for the kill with the Chronosphere, but that ward saw Burning porting in and it ended up saving that Ember Spirit's life.
Yep, there's that Ags out on the Viper, and uh-oh, Burning, he'll take some heavy damage. Net with the Epicenter doing a lot of damage here. Burning does get off the Chrono, and he will scoot back to safety. Oh boy, that lucky dog. Meanwhile up top, Shadow Shaman will die to the soul burn of the Klink's Orchid. But more importantly, Faceless Void survives. Some pretty sizable backtracks there, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, for sure. They do pick off the roster there, but I don't think Titan can actually push this tower in at all, even though they know Chronosphere is down. Right now, they're just a bit too underfarmed in order to really force this tower down.
Oh, well, they will catch Burning here. By they, I mean Net with a Burrow Strike, but it'll cost him. He just gets initiated on by the Viper, and Void will chop him down. That's a dominating streak for Burning.
And that's a denied tower.
Yeah. Net has been... He's been making some questionable plays this game. He's been a little bit too aggressive, it seems. I mean, that was an opportunity for a Burrow Strike, sure, but his team was obviously not ready or not eager to follow up with that one, and they pretty much just cut their losses right after he went in, and they all about faced except for the Sand King.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to see what Burning buys. He has 4,000 gold basically on him, and I'm wondering if he's going to just go for maybe just a BKB rush. I mean, he's doing a lot of damage already. I don't really think that the BKB rush is the best choice. It's very safe, of course, but we'll end up seeing what he decides to opt for.
Yeah, he could just go damage. I mean, he could get something like a Maelstrom into Mjolnir and kind of go more damage based, but no, looks like you were right. He'll just go ahead and right-click a complete BKB, and that courier will deliver it here momentarily.
Yeah, they want to keep this lead that they have. They don't want to take any risks. Because also, BKB is just a great item if he gets caught out by that Orchid from the Klinks. He can just pop the BKB and just turn the scenario instantly.
Yep.
And oh, they spot that Klinks, and they're trying to engage on Burning, and this is actually might end up working out. Back X ends up saving him.
Just barely survives. That new BKB will come in handy. They'll get a kill on the Ember Spirit as well as the Bat Rider.
On Klinks.
Unfortunately, don't do any damage to the tower, but now Klinks, he's stuck inside the Chrono. They've still got a gem in the inventory of this Viper, and this is just a disaster for Titan. Oh no. Sand King is the lone survivor. Tier 2 in the mid will fall, and this could be some Tier 3 pressure here. What's the buyback scenario? Ember doesn't have it. Klinks doesn't have it. Bat Rider doesn't have it. Oh no. Rubik's the only one with a buyback here. This is bad news bears.
This is going to be a tower, and that was a really good counter engagement by the DK players. The stand-in is just really playing great right there. The blink in by the Centaur catching I think two people with the stun, and then the mech up with the Viper, and Burning just getting some very lucky and needed backtracks right there and surviving because of it.
That BKB couldn't have come a moment sooner. I think he was okay by the time he popped it, but still, that was very well timed. Looks like DK could be in some trouble here. Epicenter doing a fair bit of damage. Shadow Shaman does fall. Then Bat Rider gets finished off by the Viper. But this will be a 1-for-3 exchange following that fight. The Chronosphere maybe doing a little bit of harm to his allies there.
If they'd gotten the Rax, it would have been so worth it even if 3 of them died. But that Rax lived, so it ended up being just purely negative for DK there. But it's not the biggest deal at this point because they do have quite a sizable lead. And yeah, Burning there got so lucky with that last backtrack. The soul burn damage didn't actually get applied.
Yeah, I see chat going apeshit about that RNG.
Yeah, he got a lot of backtracks there, so it was just, I mean, luck, but you know, sometimes that luck is no excuse.
Yeah, sometimes it is a pretty good excuse though.
Yeah, and oh, Centaur does have a Sentry Ward there, so Klinks does miss an opportunity to get a kill there, and yeah, Burning does go for the Mask of Madness next because he does need a little bit of that blowing up attack speed inside of that Chronosphere so he can actually dish out more damage.
Yep, absolutely. You know, I've always wondered if there was a way to, like, redo Void to make Backtrack less completely RNG-based and a little more predictable or something, but...
But that's Dota.
Yeah, I've never come up with a good mechanism to... I don't know, don't you feel like sometimes Void is a little bit too RNG-based? It's just, like... Every so often he'll backtrack, like, 2 or 3 big ults in a row, and it's just like, what the... Jesus, why is that hero able to do that?
Yeah, but it's not imbalanced. Otherwise, you see him. You'd see it like picked every single game. It's basically just a chance.
Yeah, it's not that it's imbalanced because for every time that you get those epic backtracks, there are those times where you get no backtracks and you just die. So it kind of levels it out, it levels itself out in the long run. But in the moment, that frustrating for like a game-deciding fight to be based on. Oh, well, luckily Void got a couple backtracks there, and then we won the fight. That's just like I don't know. Frustrating, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for. No, you don't agree, Fog? You like the RNG factor? You like to roll the dice?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, I unfortunately, I played Han, so I saw what they tried to do with changing the RNG factor on Void, and I thought it was just really, really awful.
How did they change it on the Void equivalent Han? I can't even remember now.
It was like every couple hits you get the bash instead of.
Oh yeah, I don't mind the bash RNG as much. That one doesn't bother me. The backtrack is a little more. I think if there was one, if you had to pick one to address on Void, I would much rather tweak backtrack than the bash. But yeah, not that Void needs any nerfs. I'm just pointing out that sometimes RNG can be frustrating in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
What can you do?
All right, what can you do? That's a good point. That is the classic fogged answer. Well, what are you?
I
gonna
mean, yeah. You can complain. Just play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get your luck factors in some scenarios too. Like,
Yeah.
and Burning just leaps right into that Roshan pit, and he is very buff at this point. He does have BKB Midas, Mask of Madness, Battle Fury, and 2600 gold on him, and now he will be having an Aegis. And they do just throw the roster wards to make sure that they kill that as fast as possible.
Yeah. It should be a pretty easy roach. Looks like Titan are starting to gear up for a contest. Ember Spirit puts a Remnant into the pit. They could possibly go for an Aegis snatch here. There's the Sleight of Fist forward. It does actually get killed by the Dire. Aegis gets snatched by Immortal. They get both of them. Or pardon me, they get snatched by the Bat Rider. I'm just spewing out words. Ancient Apparition gets killed. Chronosphere comes out. Void will get a kill on the Ember Spirit. And MMY, he'll be okay for now. So it will be a 1-for-1 trade. But oh boy, Titan, they get the better of it. They get Roche and the Aegis.
Yeah, that Bat Rider really just manned up there basically, and he did get that Aegis, and that's a big play because they also retrieved that gem after that the kills that they got when the mid-rax wasn't taken, and that mid-rax is actually full healed now.
Yep. Wow. So Titan with a sign of life once again. It was starting to look like DK would run away with it, and if they had secured the Roche there, it would have been pretty easy just to break the base. But now things will be just a little bit more difficult. DK still in great shape. Void is, Jesus, he's just out of control. He's about to break 18k on net worth. Klinks is only at 11. That's the power of the Midas Battle Fury in tandem.
Yeah, and I wonder what item he's gonna go for next. It's really the world is his basket right now. I mean, he can really go whatever he wants.
Yeah. The Maelstrom build has been pretty popular, but yeah, just raw damage. I mean, he could go Daedalus here. Yeah. Whatever what is the burning preference? I haven't seen enough burning games to know what he likes to get on Faceless Void.
I'm not too sure. And we do see Burning going top right away to see if they can maybe get a pick off. He's waiting to see if anyone steps up, and Net might be the culprit of the greed if he goes for those creeps.
And nope, Net will just back off. He will resist the temptation to get that extra little bit of farm. There's a Ghost Scepter now up on the Rasta. Ancient Apparition has hit level 11 as a point booster, so working towards that Ags. And there's actually a pipe up on the Centaur now, as well as a Casual Ogre Club.
Oh, that'll be really helpful for the Sand King ulti, and of course the Firefly.
Yeah. Void does grab himself a Demon Edge here, so...
Extinct also gets his Blink Dagger up on the Rubik. He is bottom of the net worth out of everybody, but he does find his item.
There has been a little bit of tower exchanging, so Rubik has found some extra gold. Net, he is just tucked away in the trees here, but he's got a Blink and a Force Staff, so he'll be just fine. Ember Spirit still working towards that first core item, and it will be a Battle Fury. Does he have the two pieces complete? Oh, yes, he does. So his Battle Fury will be coming out right around the 30-minute mark. A little bit slow. His farm has been lackluster, but he's on the up and up. Net is
DK is just
tracking
pushing this top down. Net's just blinking forward. And did they actually spot him with one of those vortexes? I'm not sure if they did.
He was right on the edge of it. I don't think I saw him with that one.
It's very close.
Yeah, that will be a tier 2 tower down, and maybe this, if he blinks into this other vortex, never know.
Yeah, and it does look like, it looks like he's going to be going for probably a crit on that Void, because he did pick up the Demon Edge, and I don't think it'll be an MKB.
Yeah, probably.
But it is possible.
I mean, MKB is not bad for raw damage, but there's just, there's just no evasion. There's really no reason to go MKB over the Daedalus here, I think.
Yeah, he does have the Battle Fury ready to give him a little bit extra damage too, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a crit.
Yep. And they will just back off. I thought DK may try and press forward and just utilize that Chronosphere to catch someone out, but after taking the tier 2, they will retreat and go back to farming safely.
Yeah, and I mean, the Klinks has his BKB, he's got his Orchid, he's got 2,400 gold on him, so he's not doing bad, but if you just look at the net worth chart, Burning just has 7,000 gold on top of him.
He's huge.
He really is, and I think we're just waiting for the point. Let's just, how much longer, can we even see how much longer we have to wait for DK to have another gem up? I think they do have one in stock, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that be bought pretty soon.
Well, yeah, I think they might have one up. I don't know. That timer gets buggy sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, it says it when I click on it, but it still might not be.
I don't trust it. It's yeah.
That's
Traditionally,
probably what they're waiting on.
I've had issues with it. Yeah. Batrider's still hanging on to the gem that he stole. That will have the Aegis for another, not too much longer here. Another minute and a half, 2 minutes or so. Looks
Oh,
like
net
up
might be
top,
gone on,
net.
and the force staff.
Woo! Wow, Chrono off the mark. That's a bit
Second force
unfortunate.
staff, and will he get out of it? And he does.
Yeah. Net with the plays.
Yeah, first his force staff, and then Ohio just being right behind him to give him that second force staff, just to put him out of range of any of the hits from burning.
So that is a wasted Chrono. He is level 19, so it's a relatively short cooldown, only 80 seconds. Not that big of a deal. Every so often you whiff a Chrono. Happens to the best of us.
Yep. PGG Chrono.
Yeah, PGG Chrono. Poor PGG.
No, and Centaur and the AA both getting initiated on right here in mid.
Yep. Orchid comes out onto the Centaur. He pops the pipe, but it's just not enough. Both the
Very good
AA and the
pickups
Centaur
there.
fall.
Not the most important heroes, but of course, trying to get anything at this point is really good for Titan. And the Clinks is flying out another item, and it's an ulti orb.
All right. So Clinks. What do you think it'll be? Just
Lincoln's or Scotty for sure. Probably the Lincolns.
I was thinking Lincoln.
Radiant's middle
Well,
tower is under
could be a
attack.
Scotty though, I guess. Clinks really wants to tank up.
Yeah, it's possible.
This is another one of these kind of weird games here, Fog. It looked like DK was just going to run away with it, but Titan with a serious response. A 15,000
Yeah, they got a couple
gold
kills,
lead.
but I mean, this Void is just so massive. He's got 8,000 net worth now up on that Clinks.
Radiant's bottom
He's got his
tower
Daedalus
is
finished
under
up. He just
attack.
doesn't have a TP on him, so it looks like they're actually probably going to end up losing that bottom tower for free because of that
Yeah.
DD Clinks.
Yeah, and with no TP on the Void, I mean, maybe if they caught him in a Chrono, they could do something here, but
Radiant's bottom
no
tower
TP
has
in,
fallen.
and yeah, there you go. That will be a free tower. The total tower count now is 6 to 4, actually 7 to 4. Still in favor of DK. They did take out that tier 3 tower in the mid lane. We saw in that push earlier on. Manta will now be coming out for the Viper after his Mech and Ag Scepter.
I'm just trying to think of maybe any more possibilities for the Clinks. I guess it could be like, I mean, the chat is like, chat said Hex, but like, I guess Hex isn't bad, but he's kind of the hard carry. I mean, yeah, of course, okay,
Yeah.
Ember Spirit's getting some farm, and Hex might not be too bad, but I don't really know if we would really be seeing him do that. It is possible though.
Yeah, I mean,
We did see Yamate go Orchid on Viper before. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I mean, we do definitely see Hex come out on carries on occasion, but I agree with you here. I think they just need the damage. It's not that a Sheep Stick is bad as much as they just need Clinks to be a hard hitter if they want to be able to even come close to tangling with this Void in the late game. And we still haven't really seen a true 5-on-5 clash since Void has been as massive as he is now. So
It looks like DK is starting to set up for that though. They have
Yeah.
4 of their heroes smoked up. They have the Void pushing in mid alone. And yeah, Titan setting up on the right side. KYXY is sitting on 2,700 gold with his Battle Fury. Ghost Scepter, 4-staff Blink Dagger on the Batrider with a gem. So even though he was 1 in 6 and he had quite a rough start, he's getting a good amount of picks and he does have some decent farm. And we do see that second gem bought out now by MMY and they're going to bring it. And oh, Burning leaps in very aggressively.
Yeah, oh god, he'll get lassoed. Epicenter comes out. Burning could be in big trouble here. He'll be the first to fall. That'll be the end of his unstoppable streak. Now it'll be ZRD on the Centaur to fall second. That'll be a 2-0 to get this started. And Titan aren't done yet. They'll continue to pursue forward. Batrider looking for an opening. Won't find it. But that was an odd play from Burning. He just time walked to the high
Time
ground
wapped-
there, but there's
he didn't
nobody
even just
there.
time wap up like that. He time wapped up and popped his Mask of Madness. So he even took the additional damage from that Mask of Madness from that Sanking ulti.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate in general. He didn't even get to get the Chrono off, and he did buy back as well. So Void is stuck in that Nexus right now where he can't farm gold except for using that Midas. I don't think they'll find a recovery kill here. Maybe they'll find Yamate just farming away at this easy camp. With that gem up, maybe they can catch him. I'm not sure if it's been revealed yet. Shadow Shaman, actually, who's carrying that gem? Is it the Void? No, it's Viper once again.
Yeah, he's very, very tanky on the Viper, and he picks up a Manta style now too.
And Wow, that actually put a pretty big dent in Void's net worth. Now that gap is only 5,000. It was 7 just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, and you can look at the net worth or the golden experience graph, and it just takes a big dip down, and the experience actually goes in lead of Titan for the first time in this game.
Yep. Here we go. The initiation in the mid lane, though. KYXY gets sheeped up to start it off. Shackle, AA ultimate, even the Chronosphere coming out. Rubik will steal it. Burning with his BKB on. He'll just walk through it with KYXY dead. Maybe they can push here. Is there a buyback on this Ember Spirit? Yes, there is. So this will not be an easy push. And now Klink's coming forward. They're looking for the Ancient Apparition. Viper pops the mech. Buyback from the Ember Spirit. He'll come in. He'll finish off the AA. And now Viper in big trouble. That'll be the gem on the ground once again. Ember Spirit secures that kill. They'll grab the kill on the Shadow Shaman now. They're going to go in onto Burning. And he is in trouble. He'll take a Burrow Strike. Rasta Wards even in the Roche Pit. Going to soften him up for Titan here. That'll be a 4-0. I guess a 4-1 if you want to count that first kill on the Ember. And now Titan will just secure this Roche. Oh, boy. What a disaster for DK.
And it is a Klink's Hex. Wow.
Yeah? Well, we just got owned hard by Twitch chat.
I just got told. Whatever, man. But yeah, still. Very nice Chrono steal by the Rubik there, and just grabbing those 3 heroes there just to get enough time for Titan just to be able to bring back the rest of their heroes and get much needed kills. And now this Void used his buyback there and then just died again now. And yeah, they're going to get an Aegis here if they can even finish this Roshan, which they can't actually.
Oh my god. Yeah, they've got no minus armor. Roche is just too fat.
Yeah, and the AA actually didn't even ult Roshan. He ulted the bottom lane, which is a bit strange, but...
That's unfortunate. He might have been able to get a shatter kill right there if he hit Roche, honestly. Maybe not, but could have at least slowed them down a bit more. Titan will regroup, though. They've got 5 alive, Void down for another 35 seconds. They will finally finish Roche, and Aegis goes to the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and he's got his Battle Fury and his crit now, so he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage in these team fights, as well as the Klinks, who not only is he going to be doing a lot of damage, he's pretty tanky, and now he has not only a Hex and an Orchid.
Mm-hmm. So there is still a 3-tower advantage going the way of DK, and that is the source of their 6,000 or so gold lead, but experience now almost 10,000 in favor of Titan. They have effectively just turned this game around.
Again.
Yeah, again. And oh, Klinks, he'll reveal this smoke. They'll know that he's inbound, but there is no gem. Stampede comes out. It's an illusion. Oh, no. DK. Are they tilting here, Fogged?
Maybe a bit. I mean, they just are getting a little bit caught out of position. The movement by Titan has just been really, really good. And now Net has a lot of gold on him. He has his Blink. He has his Force Staff. He's level 17 on that sinking. So his ulti's doing a lot of damage. And he has a 3,000. He has 3,000 gold. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a Veil coming out of him. Or if he decides to just save for something even bigger than that.
Yep, E-Blade now out on the Bat Rider as well. Veil is the pretty common item on Sand King, at least when Net is playing him. So would not be surprised.
We're going to see a big engagement, maybe bottom.
In the slightest, yeah. Centaur will just blink back defensively. He's got himself a Sange now, working towards that Halberd. And engage here. They'll catch Burning. That's a lasso to start things off. He'll get turned into a Piggy as well. Net comes in with a Burrow Strike. Epicenter available, but hasn't channeled it quite yet. BKB coming out on Burning. They'll try and lock down the Klinks. They'll burn the Chronosphere just for that kill. And now he'll press forward. Maybe can find Extinct. Nope. At least not yet. He does have a TP scroll. Will blink backwards. And now he's in big trouble. There's the time walk forward. Telekinesis. Will use the Chronosphere, but you can't give Void a taste of his own medicine. At least not that kind. And X. Still too elusive. Force Staff blink. He will survive.
Very well played by him there, using that Chrono.
And Net, he still has this Epicenter available, level 17, like you mentioned. And thinking that they may push this tier 3. Trying to position himself appropriately, but his efforts will be thwarted as DK will rotate towards mid. And I think this is the right idea. The mid tier 3 tower is already down, so...
Yeah, for sure. And that was a really weird Chrono there by Burning, though. He only Chronoed like the dead Klinks. I mean, I guess he just did it to finish him off, but... Still a bit strange.
Yeah, well, they didn't have much detection. They've got a couple of sentries on the Shadow Shaman, so maybe afraid that he would scoot away. They don't even force the buyback from Klinks right there. The Glyph is enough to repel them, doing a little bit of chip damage to that melee Rax.
Yeah, the Rubik using the Chrono there on the Void was a little weird, but the way... I mean, I thought he was just kind of positioned in front of him because it gives you that really, really fast movement speed. But it ended up working out for him anyway, and he got away, and that was just a really nice play by him there.
Yep. Another item
Heaven's Halberd finished up by that Centaur.
Yep, there it is.
Daedalus on Ember Spirit, so that Ember Spirit's going to be doing a lot of damage as well now. In these team fights, if he gets 2 or 3 of these Sleight of Fist offs, it could be devastating for DK.
Yeah, that cleave crit, like I've said before, with the thing about Ember Spirit is he can just keep spamming that Sleight of Fist. Every 2 seconds he has that chance to catch the opposition grouped up just a little too much and get that crazy cleave combo going on. So things will just get that much more difficult for DK. They need to make sure their positioning is spot on and they don't let Ember do any more damage than he's already going to. These upcoming team fights, Clinks, he's in the front lines. There are a couple of sentries down, so they are ready for him. No gem up on the side of DK. There is at least 1 gem sitting in the base as a trophy, and Bat Rider is still carrying around the other.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate for DK losing both of their gems so far.
Yes,
No, both
sir.
of them are just doing what they did last game. They're trying to farm up because they don't really want to do any bad engagements again.
Yeah. Regeneration. Moving into stalemate mode here. 43 minutes. Seeing some parallels in this match, in this match as I did in the first one.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the Ember Spirit picking up a lot of farm is going to be. It's just going to make it harder for DK if they don't catch him out of position.
Yes, indeed. The Viper hasn't really had much item progression, nor has the Void, but he's got 4,500 gold. So whatever he wants to grab next, he'll be able to get it before too long.
Yeah, and this looks like it's another game of, you know, whoever really gets. Of course, both teams have lots of items, but it's whoever who gets the better jump at this point.
Uh-oh, they'll catch the Viper with the lasso. The follow-up damage just won't be there. Sand King won't even be able to connect with a Burrow Strike. So, well, Bat Rider just burns the ultimate. Reasonably short cooldown here. Burning. Thinking about engaging. But does not choose to do it. I think DK are still gemless for a little while here. I think it's still stuck on cooldown.
Yeah, they just really bought that not too long ago, so it's going to be a little bit of time before they're allowed to buy it. And I think it is working, actually. It says restock in 124, so they have about a minute and a half before their gem is actually back off cooldown.
Okay, let me see here. Yep, okay, yeah, I see it too. So, alright. They'll have a gem in about a minute, and right around the same time... Oh, the Aegis will be expiring, not Roche respawning. That's my bad. So I don't think Titan will be able to do too much with this Aegis. It'll be going down for too long. They're just happy
And that's
to
a
keep
refresher
farming.
on Voids.
Whoa, ho, ho. Yep. And uh-oh, Viper. He's going to get engaged upon here. The epicenter does come out. He gets turned into a piggy as well. Whoa, getting a couple of lag spikes there. But Viper, he might survive. He'll try and port out. No, there's a Burrow Strike. They will finish him off.
Very close. Almost got out of there.
Yeah, close call indeed. So, refresher on Void. Very interesting. I don't know. What's your take on this here?
Well, he hasn't really been able to get the best positioning on his chronos so far in this game. So, I mean, and it's not even just that. He can also refresh his BKB, which he probably will need to. So, I mean...
Yeah, refreshing the BKB is useful. The bigger issue, I think, is his mana pool, though. I mean...
Yeah, that's more what I'm concerned about, because he's not really going to be able to do this double chrono that well.
Yeah, chrono is 200 mana apiece, so that's 400 if you use the refresher combo. We'll hold that thought as there's an initiation in the mid lane. KYXY, he gets turned into a chicken. There's the first chrono coming out. Rubik steals one. He sets it up, and another chrono coming out. Ember Spirit and Shadow Shaman are the first 2 to take the spill. Ember Spirit will buy back. Void will finish off the Bat Rider, but Clinks gets a kill on the Centaur. Now they're going to try and grab a kill onto Burning, but he will hop back to safety. And Titan will come out ahead in this fight. KYXY with the buyback, looking for some recovery. Throws the Sleight of Fist, doesn't find anyone. And Void will make it back. So I guess that was just a 2 for 2. But the buyback on Ember tilts it in favor of DK just a little bit.
Even though he did have to blow the double chrono there, though.
Yeah, that's true. So mana issues aplenty. That's 400, and then plus the 375 of Refresher. You're at just about 800 mana. Void only has 910 with his treads on strength. Time Walk is another 90, so you're pretty much... That's your full rotation there. That's all you got.
Yeah, so he has to use it very, very carefully. And you also just really have to be careful when you're using your chrono, because I mean, the Rubik's gonna go for stealing it every time, and he's just been hanging on to it now too. And he's level 15, so it's hanging on. Once he gets to level 16, he hangs on to that chrono for 5 minutes.
Yeah, assuming he doesn't die. But
Mhm.
you're absolutely right, and that's sort of I look at this refresher. Is this just another chance for Rubik to steal it? And we saw in that last fight, he isolated 3 members of DK with the stolen chrono. And that made Clinks' time a little bit easier. He secured those kills on the squishy supports while they were unable to do much. So
And now we see Viper actually. He buys a 4-step for himself, so he wants a little bit of mobility because he's really just getting kited around. He's not really able to do anything in these fights. Clinks picks up a Demon Edge, so that'll probably be a crit for him if it doesn't end up being an MKB, which I'm assuming it won't be. And Centaur actually ends up being the one who buys this third gem.
Yeah, here on the stream we've got an instant replay of the double chronos coming out. You see the 3 that were isolated by the stolen chrono, and Clinks just laying into him. And I don't know. I question this refresher pretty hard here, Fogged. I don't know.
I mean, it's a really good 6th item on Void, but I'm not sure if this is the game for it. I don't really know what I would have gone.
Top tower is under attack.
And it could end up working out. He's just not really as strong anymore as he really was earlier in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the way they were tilted, maybe just raw damage would be the way to go, but I guess not. Roche has respawned now at the 48-minute mark. This is the 3rd Roche, first Roche with cheese. 5-man smoke from DK.
Oh, and they're going to catch out this Clinks, I think, maybe. They're waiting for him. They have the sentry down. He's not falling for it.
Yep. Yamate just a little too smart. And here we go. They'll find X, and they will finish off that Rubik. Wow, but jeez, MMY takes so much damage from that Sleight of Fist.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Daedalus, he's got the Battle Fury up now, so he is doing a ton of damage. They do get the Hex up on Burning, and they're getting the initiation on him. They shackle him as well, but
The lasso comes out, but he gets turned into a chicken. Burning alive for now, pops the BKB, but he still falls right as the BKB comes out. Ohio stuck on the side of the Chronosphere. They will secure the kill onto the Bat Rider. They've already lost their Shadow Shaman as well as their Centaur, and it looks like Titan will be able to take this team fight. Void buys back. Ugh, so does the Bat Rider. I guess they want to try and contest Roche here, but if Centaur and Rasta don't have buybacks, then I'm not sure how easily they'll be able to contest this. We see pings coming out.
yeah, and Burning just got completely annihilated there. He got locked down during the entire time, but as soon as he gets his Chronosphere up, he just got nuked down at the last second and died before he could even do anything.
Yeah, poor Burning.
The experience graph is completely way in favor of Titan, but experience isn't really that big of a deal. And we do see another smoke coming out of Titan for the Bat Rider and the Rubik, and they're going to be going for a pick. We do see Clinks getting pinged out.
Yeah, they know he's inbound, but he's still in the front lines looking for the initiation.
Oh,
Maybe.
Burning.
Oh, no. There's the blink forward. Burrow strike. Burning just bought back. This could be huge if they can pick him off here. Rubik has gotten picked off by the Viper, but they get the carry of the Radiant side. Where are they going to pursue from
120
here?
seconds.
Viper on the other side of the tree line. Looks like he'll survive for now, but no. There's the blink forward from Net. And now Viper is in big trouble. He pops the mech. A 4 versus 1. The 2 core heroes of DK are down. No buyback on the Viper. No buyback on the Void. Titan, they have turned the tides here, Fogged, and this may be a lane of racks.
Yeah, this could definitely be a lane of racks. And it looks like they're getting the jump on MMY, and he gets bursted down really quickly, and he has no buyout.
Yep, Stampede forward, but that's 3 dead for the next 50 seconds, and it very well may be 4. Ancient Apparition in big trouble. Pipe, keeping him alive? Nope, not enough. Sand King will finish him off with the Sandstorm.
What a change! What a change of events, really, from Titan, just playing so well.
Yeah, but what's a little bit sad here is that the tier 2s are standing in the mid as well as the top, so they'll only get 1 lane of racks here. Maybe they
might
can
even
grab
just
2.
go to get some building damage. They're probably yeah, they're going for the towers. At least getting some damage on these tier 4 towers and maybe cleaning up some of these huts. But he's got an MKB now too, so he's doing quite a lot of damage.
He's hitting fast and he is hitting hard. Epicenter being channeled by the Sand King. Just a zoning epicenter right there.
Yeah, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna be able to get this. It's 40 seconds still on that Void with no buyout.
Yeah, and now Centaur, he'll have forward. He's got a where he gets ethereal bladed, and maybe they'll finish him off. No, mech comes out from the Viper. They'll get a return kill on the Bat Rider, perhaps. Yamate taking pretty hefty damage. They'll finish off the Shadow Shaman. Yamate does fall in the end. And there's still even a tier 4 standing, so maybe Titan overcommitting a little bit. Tower.
DK. Yeah, a bit of an overcommit.
Yeah.
I thought that they would actually be able to get the tower down at least, but yeah, that Sand King just, I guess, just doing that zoning epicenter wasn't really the best choice there.
Yeah, not sure what that was all about. That was, I mean, it really would have come in handy right there. They probably could have killed the Centaur when he was E-bladed if he had the epicenter. And whoa, buyback from Yamate. Wow. They want to put the pressure on Titan.
Yeah, they really do.
They're not going to let up. Now the gold graph completely zeroed out. 20,000 experience going the way of Titan. Ember Spirit, what has he picked up now? Nothing. He just has 5,000 gold. Sand King, he's got 4,200. He went BOTs and a Ghost Scepter.
Mask of Madness picked up by the Bat Rider now too. Oh, they might actually be able to get a jump, but the Clinks is actually scouting them out right now, and he gets the jump on Burning again.
Oh, Stampede comes out. That'll buy Burning the time he needs to reset this fight. BKB, he time walks forward, looking for a chrono, finds it on the Clinks. Now remember, NWP has bought back. Oh no, he's going to be down for 110 seconds. There's the refresher.
Nice
Catches
chrono.
Ember Spirit. Will finish off the Rubik as well. Can they finish off this Ember? Yes, they can. That'll be a 3-for-0 going the other way. All of a sudden, DK with a surge of momentum. What's the buyback status? Clinks, he doesn't have it. Rubik, he doesn't have it. Ember, he has it. But wow, this is a turnaround the other way. They're not even going to go for the racks. DK are just going straight for the win here. Fogged, Rasta wards come down. There's the glyph. They might be able to do this. Ember, he'll buy back. But will it be enough? It's still a 5v3 on the field. Sleight of Fist forward. Bola's on the Centaur. Barely going to be able to survive. Rasta ward's doing some serious work here. Met comes out. First tier 4 tower's gone down. Can they make a hold? Can they do anything? No? Throne's exposed. I think it's going to fall.
They're not going in. They need to do something just to be able to stop this. And a great epicenter there, but Burning pops his BKB up again because it's such low cooldown.
That's it. That's GG. DK's going to do it. It's just the Ember. Sand King will buy back. Rasta ward's still online. Still doing some damage here. Burning, getting very low. Net, making the buyback worth it. Burning will barely survive with a few hit points to spare. Ember will finish off the Shadow Shaman. But Sand King ends up falling in the end. Throne still exposed. Some respawns coming out. Ember might be able to hold. Oh my god. Back-to-back Throne
Radiant
attempts.
Throne's getting hit by creeps right now too. And Burning does not have buyback for 30 seconds.
Oh my god. Viper, he's in trouble. He'll fall. That's a gem going the way of the Dire. This Throne's taking damage from creeps as well. Buybacks aplenty coming out from the Radiant side. What is this Dota? What is happening here, Fogged?
Oh my god, this is extremely close right now. It's 1,600 health Throne on Titan and a 2,400 health Throne for DK. So, oh my god, this is just gonna end with like a bum rush.
Yeah. I mean, the melee racks are still standing for Titan. There's one lane of racks down for DK, half a lane down for Titan, but all the tier 4 towers are dead, both sides of the coin, and both Ancients around half health. Buyback situation is not looking good. Both sides only have a handful. The big one is this Void. He's got one available, 4,200 gold. This is still anybody's game for the taking.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, I don't even want to say it, but I mean, Roshan spawns now. It's a cheese and an Aegis, and it looks like Titan's gonna get it. So, oh my god, this game is just all over the place. Either of these teams can win this with just a quick motion.
Well, ultimate flies into the Roche pit. That is a level 3 Ancient Apparition
madness.
ult with an Egg Scepter. That'll do considerable damage, but just not enough. KYXY. He's not going to shatter here, is he? No, okay, he'll hop out of the pit. Roche is down. Aegis, where's it going to go? Looks like they want to give it to the Ember. Cheese will go to the Clinks. Wow.
This is crazy. We see the line drawn by the Ember Spirit, just a line right down the middle. It looks like they just want to push that down like that.
Yeah.
Look at all the sentries, too. You see MMY. He puts down 3 sentries near the entrance of their base because they don't want them just to run in and just hit the throne.
Yeah.
Because there's
Smart
no
play.
backdoor protection on that throne.
Yeah, smart play with the creeps inbound here. Now, the big disparity is Void has a buyback. So there is a huge defender's advantage for DK.
Also do have the Aegis and the cheese on Titan, other than that.
So a pretty big edge their way. Looks like this Ember Spirit is just going to go double Daedalus. He's got himself another Crystallis now after the first Daedalus. And Sand King
Pushing in that top lane.
Anything else? Yeah, just pressuring in. Looks like they'll try and clear out this tier 2 tower in the mid as well. Titan may have to do this one the old-fashioned way. Not just go for the throne. Still, 5k gold here on Burning. What a ridiculous game.
Yeah, at least this one's much more. This one's definitely different than the last game, though. I mean,
yes,
it is going for a while, but like
34 to 35 in 56 minutes. At least we've got some kills. We've had some pretty epic team fights. Yeah, this is definitely a bit more exciting. I don't know who's going to take this one. I mean, the thrones they regenerate, but very, very slowly.
This is either team's game. It doesn't even, the initiation doesn't even really matter. It all depends on how people spell usage and everything in these team fights. If they just get people picked off before they get to use anything, then of course whichever team gets that is going to win. But right now it's anybody's game completely. Pretty obvious, of course, but I mean, yeah.
BOT is coming out. That is one advantage that Titan have right now. They've got 2 sets, one on the Ember, one on the Sand King. No boots of travel out on DK quite yet. So that mobility could come into play, especially if we get into kind of a base race scenario. Those BOTs will definitely help. It's last outer tower in a tier 2. Going to fall on a couple of strikes from this Ember Spirit once the backdoor protection wears off.
Radiant's middle tower.
Both sides are just being so cautious here, and rightfully so. The next team fight will very well decide the outcome of this match.
Yeah, and Ember Spirit looks like he's saving for buyback, even though he does have that Aegis. He can buy back, boots of travel back into the fight again. So he basically has 3 lives on him too.
Yep. A lot of Ghost Scepters coming out. So many reset tools for both teams.
Sustain is pretty massive, but right now, I mean, having these thrones exposed like this is just so dangerous for both teams. More so at DK, I'd say right now, because their throne, although it has a little bit more life, they don't have that bottom racks or any buildings at all in that bottom racks, including any huts.
Yeah, and that's true. Titan do just have an advantage on that front, as they still have a melee rack standing. They only lost the range rack, so they do have a pretty sizable edge. Their mid lane won't get pushed too hard relative to that bottom that's constantly shoving creeps in the way of DK. And right now, DK, I mean, they just have 5 stuck in their base. They can't do anything. They can't farm. They're forced to just defend. They recognize how close they are to defeat if Titan just sneak into the base and start chipping away at the throne. Even just Clinks by himself with a strafe and searing arrows, he can rip through that structure pretty darn quick.
Yeah, Titan, they're all just set up right around it.
Yep, they're still finding farm around the map, though. Gold graph is zeroed out, slightly in favor of Titan, and holding on to that huge experience edge. Void only about...
game, too. Gold is leading in Titan's favor.
Yeah. So...
Smoked up, too.
Clinks is only 3k behind that Void on net worth.
And let's see if Burning gets jumped again.
There's the initiation forward. Burning gets caught once again. There's the lasso. They hex out Ohio. Will they have the damage to finish off Burning? They very well may. A lot of crowd control's coming out. He'll be the first to fall. Batrider gets picked off shortly after. Clinks just laying into the Centaur, but they'll also proc the Aegis on the Ember Spirit. Both buybacks on the Centaur, as well as the Faceless Void coming out. The rest of this fight will start to transpire. There's the BKB Chronosphere. Ember Spirit will fall. He's not coming back this time. No Aegis left. Batrider is bought back as well. Wants to rejoin this battle. And that's it. That's where this team fight will stop. 5 alive for DK. Titan with 4 on the field. Ember Spirit does have a buyback, but won't burn it if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, and they did get the Aegis, and they killed him again. So, although they used a buyback on Burning, it's about the same thing. But now Titan knows that there's no buyout on Burning. If they can get him again like that, then they can just win the game right afterwards. But DK has to play very, very careful for the next 5 minutes and just make sure. Or they could, I mean, they either have to play very, very careful, or they just have to go in and really just try to end the game. Because they do still have that refresher up for that Void. Oh man, Net blinks in really aggressively there, but no one else is there to follow up for Burning, and he doesn't even go for it.
Yep, well, his team will be smoked up. They're going to do the old wraparound. They'll go through the mid lane.
And Rubik does have Chrono right now, so he has it for the next 5 minutes. And it looks like they're wrapping on him, and they're going to maybe even pick off Extinct. And yeah, the smoke breaks, and yep, there they do. They do find him, so now he loses that Chrono at least.
Yep. And good job initiating with the Hex. Net hiding in the trees. He'll port out to safety. He does get pinged out, but will make it out.
Yep, pushing in that top wave.
Clinks. Oh, no. He'll walk right into a Sentry. Yamate. He'll get obliterated here. He does have a buyback available. But still, unnecessary deaths here from Titan. Now DK, I think they're obligated to push. They need to force these buybacks out. Even if they don't want to do crippling damage here. Have to force that Clinks to get the buyback on cooldown.
Will Net get picked off here? I don't think so. No, he won't. DK is just going down mid lane together instead.
Yep. I think it's the right call. Still the refresher available. Faceless will have a double chrono here. I don't know. This is getting tense, Fogged.
It's anybody's game. I mean, if he can land a big chronosphere on a couple heroes, then of course it's going to be really crucial. But this throne is only 3,000 health, but there is backdoor protection, and now it's gone, and they're just going straight for it.
Wow.
Glyph is up.
Yep.
Lands a nice chrono on 3 heroes right there, and oh man.
That's it. I think that's GG for Titan.
This is going to be it.
Yep. Stolen chronos, but they just get obliterated. Shadow Shaman falls, but the Rasta wards are down. Glyph has already been burned. Burning. He's a little piggy, but that's it. GG. DK will take it.
Yeah, he just needed to lock down as many people as possible while they're hitting that throne, and the glyph was used, but with the throne exposed like that, it's going to drop so fast. And yeah, very well played by both teams. DK just showing that they're still strong, even with those 3 stand-ins.
Yeah. Wow. What a series coming out. Game 1 was epic. Game 2, it looked like DK was going to run away with it. Then Titan make it a very back-and-forth game, and ultimately DK do seal the deal. But what an epic series. And I think, if anything, these DK stand-ins from Speed China proving themselves a bit here. They played well.
This is a best of 2 in what was this, 4 hours?
Yeah, pretty much.
More than 4 hours? Holy crap. Both teams, though, like, they were pretty even, I would say. I mean, of course, DK's playing with 3 stand-ins, but Titan wasn't playing bad, and DK was making some mistakes, but overall, I think both teams were playing pretty well.
I have never seen a Twitch chat go as crazy as our Twitch chat is going right now, Fogged.
There's a lot of people watching right now. These are some big games. They're very good teams. I mean, unfortunately, DK does not have all their players, but wow, that was quite a damn series. First an 88-minute game, and now a 62-minute game. You know, in basically the last minute of just all the action.
Yeah, you see the sad Titan faces here. They're looking a little bit distraught. But honestly, I mean, DK, even with the stand-ins, were the favorites coming into this series, and if anything, I think
the comebacks from Titan were miraculous. I mean, DK was leading by so much in this game, as well as last game, and Titan almost made a comeback in both games. So, just really well played by them, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think Titan have a lot to look at in that series to be proud of. Those were really close games. They gave DK a run for their money, and Titan's still looking strong. They'll have their work cut out for them here. We've got one more best of 2 coming up. We're only 67% of the way done. We've got IG coming up next. Jesus, it's 6 a.m. here. I'm going to have to go make some more coffee before this series gets started. But, Fogged, thank you so much for joining me, keeping me company here. Some epic Dota tonight. Where can people find you, buddy?
I only have my Twitter. I mean, I have my Facebook attached to my Twitter, but I don't really use it, and that's @FogDota. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. And
yeah,
puberty, #puberty,
#puberty, #Fogged, #9 a.m.
Yeah, man, 9 a.m. Good lord, it's bedtime.
Yep. So, all right, we'll have a break here, guys, and then our last series tonight will be coming up next. I think Gods is joining me. I hope he's joining me because I don't think I'll make it solo through another best of 2 on the same levels we just saw. So we'll have a breather and come on back because we'll have IG versus Titan coming up next.